Now, rather than doing that 8 different times, evenly spaced 72.6 millimeters all the way around, I'm going to utilize the rectangular the rectangular pattern command. I giggle because it's not necessarily rectangular. I'm not going in one direction and then another. I'm actually following a particular path. Before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and turn on the visibility of my initial sketch, because that's the profile that I want this feature to follow. So I'll go ahead and call up the rectangular pattern, grab the 2 features that I want, pick the sketch as my direction, number of instances, and the spacing along that path, and just tell it to adjust to a particular orientation that I had for direction 1 as a start point. And now I've got all my features in there. I'll go ahead and turn off the visibility of sketch 1. Now I'm going to add a couple fillets to this, and you know, the nice thing about fillets is I don't have to pick on every single edge. I can actually choose the option for loop, grab the top edge of that, and now I've got my fillet all the way around the component. So I'm going to go ahead and save this off. And then I need to be able to document this design, and in doing so, my company standard, just like most everybody else, when it comes to 2D documentation, is DWG. And with Inventor, I'm able to create native DWG right here inside of Inventor. So let's take a look at how that works. So I'll start a new file, and I'll just say, you know, I want the standard DWG template file, and you can have your own templates. You can have your own title block, you can have your own border. You don't have to have a border, you can have a title block. Maybe you just want to create views in Inventor and then bring all that other stuff that you've already got built in AutoCAD natively. And I'm going to show you how that works here in just a second. But first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start telling Inventor to do the drafting for me. I am the laziest drafter in the history of drafting, or in the history of modeling, so I'm going to have the application do it for me. So I'll go ahead and change the scale here on half scale, and just say, you know, I want a front view, and I want a side view, bottom view, and while you're at it, go ahead and give me an isometric. And while you're at it with the isometric, why don't you go ahead and shade it for me so I have a nice rendered view of this. Now, so just like that, in you know, typical AutoCAD drafting lines, arcs, and circles, that might have been a day's worth of work for me, because like I said, I'm pretty lazy. In AutoCAD, I was a typer. But here I'm saying, Inventor, do all the work for me when it comes to the drafting side of things. And also do things like bring in the center lines automatically for me. I also want you to go ahead and bring in all of the dimensions that I put into the view, or this particular part. So not only do I not have to create dimensions, it's actually grabbing the dimensions that I put into the model. So I'll just kind of scoot these over a little bit and kind of reorient them, and you can see kind of the how easy it is to do this. So let's just go ahead and get rid of that one. That dimension, if you weren't able to see it, if you didn't have the super bionic view, was that 10 millimeter hole, because I want to actually go over to my annotate tab and grab a hole and thread note, and I'll just grab that right there, and you can see that it says 10 millimeters all the way through. But I can also go in and make some adjustments, and I can also make this part of my standard too, but this demos really well, and that's kind of my job, is demoing the software. But I'll just go over here and say, you know, I also want it to add the total quantity to that hole note. So now you can see it's got 8 times 10 millimeters all the way through. So really easy to use, real intuitive 2D documentation tools built into Autodesk Inventor in a native DWG format. Now over here I've got a side view, and this particular side view is pretty cluttered up right now with all the hidden lines, and I want to create a baseline set of dimensions, but I don't want to have to kind of get real specific on what I'm choosing, because again, I'm a lazy drafter. So I'm going to go into here and edit the style of that particular view and say, you know, don't show the hidden lines for now, because I need to create a selection set. Now I'll just grab a couple of edges here that I would reference in a side view. Do it one more time because I hit done instead of continue. I'll go ahead and leave that in. I'm not even going to edit it out, so I'll just hit continue, place my dimensions, and now I have my baseline dimension set. And then I just go back into the go to the view, edit it, turn on the hidden lines, and I'm good to go. So a couple of the things that I want to do, I want to create a section view. And I want to base the section view off of this, so I'll just say create a section view like here. I'll just draw a section line. And I'm going to hold down the control key because I don't want to place the view over here because it's getting a little cluttered. I'll hold down the control key, and that lets me basically place the view anywhere on the screen that I want by holding down the control key while I'm placing. And I thought that was a pretty handy little tip. Thank you, Steve Better, EMEA. So I'm going to go ahead and create a projected view of that section view. So not only can I create any section view that I want, I can also project that view so I can get a really detailed view as to what I'm looking at or what I want the guys down in the shop to be looking at on that particular view and get really finely detailed. So hopefully that kind of begins to cure the fear, calm some fear when it comes to 3D phobia. As you can see, the tools built into Autodesk Inventor are really easy to use. I was able to model up a pretty complex part, create a native AutoCAD DWG drawing in a matter of minutes. So what's going to happen then when I go off and I save this, and we'll just call it test part here. What's going to happen with my guys down the shop that are using AutoCAD? Do they have to have some sort of translator? Do I have to DXF it in and all those other types of things? Absolutely not. Those guys are just going to fire up AutoCAD. They're going to go File, Open. They're going to open up the test.dwg, and it's going to tell them that it's read-only because I still have it open in Inventor, which is cool. I don't want to mess with it anyway. And just like that, they're able to use their print drivers, all of their standards. They're able to do all the things that they're used to doing with the DWG files. If I need to view, measure, print, I'm good to go. If I need to add some additional annotations of this in AutoCAD, I can absolutely do that right from here. So again, see, I locked the door so nobody would come in or hear me talking, but it's not 2D or 3D. It's not transitioning to 3D. It's 2D and 3D, and we've got the best tools for you. I'm Rob Cohee, Industry Solution Evangelist for Autodesk. Have a great day.